I'm Ham.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Estes Athletic Center for the first round of the Prep League tournament. I'm Ryan Lloyd, joined here by my friend and former teacher, Rick Hamlin. How's it going?
It's great. Today was the opening of spring sports, and I'm shivering a little bit because I've been out on the soccer field for about 2.5 hours. But winter sports are not over yet, and this Titan team looking to make a run here in the Prep League tournament and solidify a spot in the state tournament as well. So really excited to see how the guys look tonight and hope they can progress and get another opportunity to beat St. Christopher's, which they have not been able to do thus far this year.
Yeah, I know that this game does, just mentioned, it allows them to go to St. Christopher's, play them for the fourth time this year. Um, they've lost three so far. They've led by double digits in both games, though. So it's definitely and two of the three games. So I know that that's something that they want to really focus on. But you got to get through tonight first. We talk about Fork Union, a team that I don't think just on paper has as much talent as this Titan team. I don't think anyone is going to deny that. But it's one of those games where you still got to be locked in. This Fork Union team, they come out with something to prove. They're more motivated, and they jump on you quick. There's nothing you can do about it. So it's really just going to be interesting to see how this one matches up. See Josiah Walker in the starting lineup for the Titans. So that's I think an interesting change. Josiah didn't play much against Benedictine last Wednesday. Titans lost a big lead, eventually dropped that game to Benedictine, and then they went to Stab a few days later last Friday in their last game. And Alex Jacobs scoring off a pace from Mason Patrick.
Yeah, that was a really well-designed play. You can tell that's a play they put in probably, I bet, at practice yesterday, because that's not one I've seen them run this year, but they get some guys mixed up around the elbows, and then Alex comes off for the backdoor cut, and Titans draw first blood and then get a stop on this first possession as well. So Josiah Walker into the starting lineup, like you said, Ryan. Usually we see Brent Thompson start. Maybe Brent missed practice yesterday. I'm not too sure. I know a lot of illness been going around the school. Keaton Gregory, he puts up two. He had 14 in the first half at Stab on Friday night.
Really impressive talent. I'm really looking forward to what he's going to do his next couple of years here at Trinity, as he plays good grounded defense there and is able to force a missed shot. Titans look to counter, put up a 6-0 run or more. Keaton was a long pass out to Coles. Coles will get fouled, and we'll come to the line, and he'll shoot 3 free throws.
Yeah, I really like that ball reversal there with Keaton catching it in the high post and kicking it out to that left wing to Trey Coles. Trey able to have his feet set and really step into the shot, and he ends up getting fouled. He'll be going to the line for 3. And from Fork Union's standpoint, I mean, they come in, didn't win a Prep League game this year, 4-21 overall, certainly not going to be going to the state tournament, and you got to wonder how motivated they are. You think if they have a good start, that they would put up a fight. But if the Titans can jump on them, which appears like it might be happening here with the 7-0 lead just over a minute into the game, could be a long night here for the Blue Devils in their final game of if they lose, will be their final game of the season.
Yeah, I think important thing to mention, Fork Union, only 4 guys on the bench. Looks like they brought 9 people total down. So Titans bringing up person from JV, Kevin. But Keaton Gregory continues his scoring ways from last Friday. It'll be his 4th point of the night, and Titans are up to a 9-0 lead now.
Yeah, I guess, Ryan, you and I were here when these two teams played in the regular season about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I thought it was C.J. Nelson, number one, was probably the most impressive player for the Blue Devils.
Alex Bacon, that's on this score sheet for the first time tonight with a three-pointer. That'll be a 12-0 lead now for the Titans.
Did we do that game together?
No, I was not there for that one.
Okay.
That one was
it was
Tony
with
and Carson.
Carson and Tony. Yeah, it's coming back to me now. Well, number one, C.J. Nelson had like 30 in that game, so really think he's a player to watch for Fork Union. But incredible start by the Titans, 12-0, just over 2 minutes in.
You'll get that rebound. We'll have space though. Alex with I think a brace on his elbow. Eaton, good job there. Forces another rebound, kicks it out to Brent Thompson. Thompson shot way off the mark. Fighting for the rebound, but Fork Union will collect eventually.
Yeah, so we see Brent check in for Josiah, and as soon as Brent first touched the ball, puts up a long shot. Trey Coles with the steal. I like the long pass ahead to Brent Thompson. Nice little scoop underhand pass there. And the Titans, just body language even, they look really comfortable and confident coming into this one. And go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, yeah, I mean, I completely understand that confident feeling. I know they dropped a tough one, a very high-scoring game at Stab the other day. But I think, this Fuma team twice this year, I think they've beat, quite frankly, every year I've been alive, they've probably beat this Fork Union team. So that confidence, it can hurt you, but it can also help you come in if you're on rhythm. It's just something to keep building off of, which the Titans have clearly done so far.
Yeah, and I was going to say the last 2 games last week, Trinity did a great job offensively in the first half. So they put up 40 in the first half at Benedictine, 47 in the first half at Stab. So it seems like they've kind of figured something out at the offensive end, at least in terms of starting games. Now, both those games, the second half was not as offensively explosive. Brent is wide open.
Bacon does a good job to get that rebound, and he'll be fouled. Yeah, I think Brent Thompson may be a little cold. Probably not used to coming off the bench. I think you're right. He probably did miss practice yesterday because he came in moments after the game started.
Yeah, maybe it was at the tattoo shop, because it looks like he's got some fresh ink on his right arm that I haven't noticed before. Ryan, how many practices in your career have you missed to get a tattoo?
Judging off the fact that I have no tattoos, about 0. I don't know about you. Any?
Do I seem like someone that would have a tattoo?
No, not really, but sometimes you never know. Sometimes I see, I've seen a teacher or two with like an ankle tattoo, like one of those small little things. I'm like, wow, I wouldn't have pictured them for one, but sometimes those small things. Got a break here. I think the officials come over to the score table, try and figure something out. Exactly what's going on. Get a listen in. Also, I'd like to apologize. It is just Hamlin and I for right now, so do our best in terms of the 4 o'clock and all other presenting aspects of this broadcast.
Yeah, and I've myself been a little bit under the weather, as so many in the Titan community have been, and probably not just here, but I hear and a lot of illness going around. But definitely did not want to miss this one. Our last broadcast together, I think. As I'll be coached in the spring, you'll be playing golf. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a Saturday matinee baseball game that we can connect on, Ryan. But
Yeah, I'm sure.
definitely going to be our last basketball broadcast. I think there's no shot at a home game in the state tournament. The winner of this game will play at St. Christopher's on Friday night. I guess in theory, if Trinity were to get an upset at St. Christopher's and then the winner of the 4-versus-5 game upset Stab, then I guess we would host the final. But that is hard to imagine both those things happening.
Yeah, I don't really see, especially Stab losing
No.
to what would be
Woodbury or
Woodbury
Collegiate.
Collegiate.
No. I don't see that either.
But, miracles happen. You never really know. But there's also, again, another long shot. Well, maybe not as long of a shot if the Titans are able to win their first-round matchup, providing they do make it into the first-round tournament. If they make it to the Final Four, with those Final Four games being at Virginia Center, I think we'd do our best to try and get a broadcast for that.
Yeah, that's
Wide
true.
open three-pointer and Ligamont, but he'll airball that one. Titans cut a fortunate break there. They left a man completely unguarded.
Yeah, and Fork Union is yet to crack the score column over 4 minutes in.
Brandon Nelson off the pass from Mason. Brandon missed. Fights for the rebound, but
Well, that's a shot. That's a shot that Turan needs to make for this team to have a chance to progress beyond the semifinals of this tournament. Turan plays so hard. You see him there get a steal. Mason Patrick for 3 makes it 17-0. But just those, I mean, I think Ryan, I love Turan's game. I love how versatile he is defensively. I love how he rebounds, how hard he plays. But he's got to make a higher percentage of those shots around the basket against the likes of St. Christopher's, the opponent upcoming on Friday. And if the Titans are fortunate enough to spring the upset on Friday, certainly you're not beating Stab unless you're making all your layups and open threes.
completely agree. But it will be, I think, really interesting to see. I mean, the Titans and the Saints have played each other. I mentioned 3 times already. I mean, is there, as a former coach yourself, I mean, is there what level of familiarity do you gain when you play an opponent that many times in a year?
Yeah, I mean, I've been part of a bunch of those, playing a team 3 times, and several where we lost the first 2, as Fuma does finally get on the board, but won the third. So in the 2013 Prep League tournament, we were the 3 seed, and we'd been swept by Fork Union, actually. They had a really good team that year. So we beat them in the semis. They were the 2. And then we beat the top seed Christ Church that year, who's no longer in the Prep League, but they had great teams at that time. And so during the regular season, we were I think 8-4 in the league, but the 4 losses were to Fuma and Christ Church. We beat Fuma in the semis, beat Christ Church in the championship, and just felt really good about the fact that we were not going to let a team beat us a third time. Same in the 2014 state tournament. We got a third crack at Benedictine and got the win. Excuse me. So, as a coach, as a player, as a competitor, I would be itching for another shot at St. Christopher's. Like you mentioned, the 2 on-campus games this year, Titans had double-digit leads in both that they weren't able to hang on to. And that first meeting up at Sleepy Thompson tournament, Saints jumped on them early, I think to a 16-2 lead, so we were never really in that one. But sometimes it's about matchups, and that's what I'm interested to see. Great effort by Shake, and he saves it. What a play! Holy cow, Deuce Mason. Long pass to Alex Chaikin. Incredible blind save to Mason Patrick for the layup, and it is 22-2.
Yeah, I want to apologize. I thought that Trinity had jumped out. I forgot at that Sleepy Thompson. I thought Trinity had jumped out to that initial lead against the Christopher.
No, I'm pretty sure that one we were down early and never really in it. But the game at St. Christopher's, we had a big first quarter lead, and the game here, a lead in the fourth that evaporated in a painful way for Titan Nation.
Yep. But the one that matters is the most recent one, so Titans are able to knock off.
Yeah, one of the things I want to talk about tonight, with this being the Prep League tournament, and obviously, we want to focus on this game as Deuce Mason picks up what I believe is going to be his second foul. So I do want to focus on this game. However, at 22-2, I think we can also afford to look at the big picture a little bit. So for me, who played 4 years of varsity basketball at Trinity and coached for 20 on the JV and varsity level, the Prep League tournament, I always say the Prep League tournament is our bread and butter. This is the most important thing to me. It's more important than the regular season title, and it's more important than the state title, just from the standpoint that winning a state championship in Vista Division I is not always a realistic goal. I mean, Paul VI is number 2 in the nation. Bishop O'Connell, top 25 in the nation. So those are, you can't count on beating teams like that year in and year out. But the Prep League tournament, we here at Trinity Episcopal have won it more than anyone. I believe 15 or 16 Prep League championships, and so it should be the goal every year. And that's why, to your point of this being the most important meeting between the Titans and the Saints this year, I couldn't agree with you more. And if you gave me a choice to go 3-1 against St. Christopher's and lose in the Prep League semifinal, or 1-3 and win the Prep League semifinal, I'd probably take the latter.
Yeah. Puma with their first points from the field.
Yeah, clock is down to 3 seconds. Josiah saw it just in time, and really strong first quarter for the Titans, 24-7 lead. Ryan, you're doing a great job keeping the score in time close to accurate. It's really hard to do the announcing and producing. Thought we had a producer lined up tonight, but he is not here yet, and these things happen. But you're doing well.
I do my best sometimes.
Well, if
we get everything.
If he shows up, we'll have to give him a hard time. I'm not going to expose who it is just yet, but
well, I mean, you're right. I hate to look forward for this game, but at this lead, I think it's kind of hard not to. You see the empty gym. I think people kind of know what the result was going to be, but going forward, I mean, Titans, they have a chance. And I really, you look at a team that's beaten you 3 times, and you're like, yeah, I don't know, like, can we really knock off that team? And I really do think they can. We talked about the 2 leads that they've lost to St. Christopher's. I think just kind of mental lapses in the end. You talked about the other week, the Titans, a lot of close games this year. They played 3 good quarters and 1 bad quarter, and that's really come back to bite them. And I think, Andrew Blazer, I think he's really working on these guys in terms of mental toughness. And, I mean, that's something that you just have to have going forward in the state tournament, because you're going to be down. You're not going to play your best basketball all 4 quarters, but it's about when you're not playing as good as you can, how can you adjust? How can you compete? And it's going to be interesting to see what the Titans can do. As Alex Chaikin forces a steal.
Another great team play there. Chaikin with the steal. Passes to Trey Coles. One more pass to Mason Patrick for the layup. That's another awesome hustle play by the senior Alex Chaikin, who wants to play for that Prep League championship here in his last go-around. And in what is almost assuredly his last time playing in this gym.
There by Mikael Shepard of Fork Union. Of course, that one will be Tyler McNelmont's three-pointer. That one will get the Fork Union into double digits now. Going to be a 16-point lead for them. Trey Cole's three-pointer off the mark.
Well, if you've been watching our broadcast all year, and not to pick on Trey, but this time I'm going to, those plays where the point guard brings it up and just shoots a three with no passes, initiating no offense, that's like one of my very biggest pet peeves, and it's just not a good high percentage shot. There we go. Ball reversal, get it in the high post. Kick out. That's a good shot. Even though it doesn't go in, that's what you want to see. And credit to Trey Coles there for making that extra pass, even though in this case it did not result in an assist for him.
Nelson now looks to get a screen. Will do so. Good drive, takes it himself. Coles, good job.
Yeah, good steal by Coles. Classic 3-on-2. Reverse layup, Alex Chaikin. And after I was a little critical of Trey for that quick trigger three, he's had two excellent passes the last two possessions.
McNelmont will knock down another three. I think that's probably 8 points or so for him. Made two free throws along with two threes. Patrick now, he'll respond in turn. Tough finish to push that one. And the Titans now 15-point lead for them. Got just over 5 minutes left in this second quarter.
Yeah, I think Coach Blazer calling a timeout here just because defensively they've not done a great job the last several possessions. I think Fork Union, I believe, has scored 8 points in their last 3 possessions. Right? I think Manglikmat hit a 3, then they got a layup, and then he hit another 3. So I think it's just a matter of Coach Blazer not just coaching this game, but coaching to prepare the team for Friday and beyond, that you can't be giving up 8 points in 3 possessions to anybody, much less a 4-21 team that you've beaten decisively a couple times this year. So I like the timeout. I like it as just a measure to keep the guys focused and remind them that defense is what's going to carry these guys if they want to get further in this tournament and next week in the state tournament. There, show a little press here. 1-2-1-1 diamond press. What a save there by Manglikmat. Unfortunately for Fuma, though, now it's going to be a backcourt violation, and Manglikmat's effort to save that goes for naught. But what a save he made right there.
I think that was landing, in the bleachers, and that would to jump up all the way. Yeah, that one. Great pass by Terran Nelson.
Yep.
Coles, 4-3.
That's what I'm talking about. Get it in the high post, and then you kick it out for 3. That's a good shot for Trey Coles.
I think Nelson will respond with his own three-pointer. I say Fork Union, gotta give them credit. They're down by a considerable margin, but they are shooting well the past couple minutes from beyond the arc. That one, they'll lose Chaikin and look to...
Definitely got fouled.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got to play through the contact, but he took a hit to the head on that.
Lipmont now comes out. Torre. More movement. Good pass there. 2 defenders will jump. Kind of surprised there's no foul call there. I'm not going to lie, but I think
Yeah.
it might be a makeup from that shaken one. But Mason Patrick makes up for the miss, and he'll knock that one down. About just under 4 minutes left to go.
Yeah, a lot of contact at both ends. Officials swallowed the whistle on both, but not this time, as Teran Nelson puts Isaac Torre onto the floor, and they had to call that one.
Yeah.
They're going to call it a shooting foul, though, which is what? He wasn't shooting.
He was, yeah.
He wasn't even facing the basket.
Maybe he was going to throw it behind his head.
Oh, the Ryan Lloyd, I think is what we call that. The
Yeah.
behind the head blind shot.
Just lob it. I mean, I don't know why I didn't, play. I'm stuck up here broadcasting these games. I should have been down there, I guess.
But
if I can pull off shots like that.
I don't know. Again, perhaps a makeup for when Torre got definitely fouled shooting on the prior possession. But he missed both free throws. Good rebound by Mason Patrick. And speaking of Ryan Lloyd, the athlete, congratulations for winning the indoor soccer tournament, the Collegiate Valentine Classic. And did you make the all-tournament team?
Yeah.
My man,
Appreciate it.
that's fantastic.
Thank you. So great to have. But Ray Coles, that one off the mark. Chaikin looks to tip it in. Can't, but really Keaton Gregory. That's one of those things. Getting those offensive rebounds is so important for this Titan team. Keaton's height allows for those to be made so much easier. I think at this point, whether he can get the strength to keep going. Good
nice.
By Thompson to get away. Chaikin now.
Love it.
Tough finish.
I just love that transition play, turning defense quickly into offense. Titans have done that several times tonight. Good block by Keaton. Another chance to get out in transition, but that time Brent's pass was too far ahead. Ryan, had you told me a year ago, I just want to give you a little more props, although this may fall under the category of a backhanded compliment, but if you had told me a year ago that you were going to make all tournament for the Collegiate Valentine Classic and we would win the tournament, I think I would have been extremely surprised.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I completely agree.
But no, credit to you, man. That's fantastic.
Right. That'll be. Titans won't be able to score on that one, but also see Deuce Mason in the game for the Titans now. Chaikin looks to put some defense, but he'll get called for a foul there, and he'll be on the floor. So Old Union will retain possession of the ball.
And now Alex with 2 fouls is going to get a rare rest. Don't see him on the bench very often.
Nelson now with Mason guarding him. Job there by Deuce. Shot clock single digits. Torres 3-pointer doesn't fall. Holds with the rebound. Driving forward. We'll slow it down a bit, and Kyle Walker. Now 2 freshmen on the court. Deuce Mason's 3-pointer well off the mark. Sometimes inexperience will come back to haunt you.
Another block by Keaton Gregory.
Yeah. Patrick looks to drive now. He'll get the ball tipped out of his hand, and the 2 freshman guards, Deuce Mason and Josiah Walker, both have come into the game and have both taken shots and have both airballed, which rather unfortunate. They'll get subbed out right now. Excuse me, Josiah will get subbed out. Deuce will stay in. The 8th grader Isaiah Carter and Brett Thompson come back into the game. But yeah, the Titans now looking to make this a 20-point lead going into halftime. Thompson forces a bobbled ball. Gregory will apply some pressure, but nothing comes of it. Or if it's a petite shot, won't fall. Gregory, good job there to box out and get the rebound. Trey Coles takes it all the way down the court. Unfortunate, Keaton Gregory looked to put up a shot. I think Keaton got pushed, but his shot was off, but Mason did a good job there to make that rebound, and he'll come to the line now.
Sorry, I've been quiet for a while because I had a little coughing fit, but that was another one of those pull-up threes with no passes, and I am going to continue to harp on that being a bad, low-percentage play.
Yeah, especially when you just got no rebounders. It's just so detrimental because this team that has struggled with rebounding, you gotta play to that. You gotta give him a chance. Keaton, when he's under there, he can make a difference in those rebounding plays, but you gotta give him a chance. If he's not under the basket with his feet set, he really just doesn't have the strength to be able to go over and pull that one. Unfortunate. Probably lapse in concentration there by Nelson for Fork Union. He'll step out of bounds, looking to put the inbounds past it from Brent to Keaton. Comes back out to Brent, and Brent will nail the three as the Titans now with a 23-point lead.
Yeah, and again, that is the three-pointer I love, is that inside out, ball coming back to you, feet set. Travel on the Blue Devils, and Titans will have one last possession.
About 10 seconds left in this one.
Yeah, Mason will push it up.
We'll pause. If we come to Darian Irvin, back to Deuce. Deuce looks to find Brent Thompson, but can't. Fuma doesn't get the shot off in time. So Titans will go into the break with a 23-point lead. Hamlin, thoughts?
I think they came out and made a statement. Got I think a 17-0 lead to start. So that shows me these guys are motivated, wanting desperately to get another shot at St. Christopher's. Been a pretty balanced effort. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It has been a balanced effort. A lot of guys contributing both on the stat sheet and off. Great defense being played. I want to highlight Keaton Gregory. He's been electric within the paint, being able to stand tall, get some of those rebounds. The shooting capabilities of Alex, Trey Coles, while maybe some of the shot selection off at times has knocked down a couple, also provided some key passes. Mason Patrick, flawless as always when driving to the basket. So I'm really excited to see how the rest of this game's going to go. I don't want to call it. I don't want to say that the Titans are going to win it, because I do believe in the broadcaster strengths. Has happened to me once or twice before. But I think it's all but, yeah, I think it's a win for the Titans that I think they're going to want to really build off of. And, it's just how much they can build off of that, as Hamlin's back now after coughing out his lung.
Having a rough time here.
And he steps away again. So I think that's a cue. I think we'll get Hamlin's thoughts when we come back for the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. Grab your popcorn, and we'll be back soon. All right, everyone, we are back for second half coverage of this game as Mason Patrick will come to the line. Maybe a little luck-filled
Well,
attempt.
it
Mason
was a
Ryland.
really well-designed play, just like the opening play of the game. Coming out to start the second half, they did a really nice job of screening the low man on that 2-3 zone and then getting Mason the ball in a really promising position. The official that made the call is he's a guy. He's got a lot of coaching experience. He was a good player as well. I know him a little bit, and I think he wouldn't call it if he didn't for sure see Mason get hit.
Titans still pressing extremely hard. Gregory fights, but is able to collect that one. As Nelson, great job. Of course, initial split. Shaken catches and shoots and scores. 4-3, might I add.
Yes, he has made a few of those in his time here. The numbers Alex has put up this year really are incredible, with averaging about 25 a game in league play. And I think he has a real strong case for an all-state, not just nomination, but reward for the great season he's had. The all-prep league team will be announced at the championship game on Saturday, and I would bet anything that Alex is on the all-prep team this year, which I don't believe he made last year. So his improvement, and now we see him get another steal at the top of that zone press. But Alex's improvement here has been amazing, as Fork Union, for the first time tonight, calls a timeout. So, pretty interesting that they dug a 17-0 hole and the coach didn't call a timeout. But now coming out with the Titans on a 7-2 run to start this second half, he does call one. And the body language tells me that the Fork Union coaching staff, David Kaplan and Eddie Handsome, are not pleased with how they've begun this second half. And I think one of the big points of emphasis, especially with military schools, is never quit. And so he knows at 28 points down in what's going to be their last game of the season that it's over, but he does not want to see his guys quit. And I got no problem with that. There are bigger life lessons being taught out here than just the result of this one game.
Couldn't agree more. The history teacher turned broadcaster part-time, giving some ethics lessons and some knowledge. This one. So I think great pass there by
Great
Josiah
inbounds
Walker.
play. I really like Josiah's game. He's just so steady. He defends. He's always in the right place. You can tell that he really pays attention in practice.
Yeah. He works so hard in that Woodbury game on senior night.
Another block for
Alex
Keaton
Shaken.
Gregory.
Yeah. Gregory's now on what, 5, 6
I think,
blocks?
yeah.
Like that. But Chicken obviously had 33 points in his senior night for that game. But I think the spark that the Titans needed to come back was partially provided by Walker and fellow freshman Deuce Mason.
Yeah, now Josiah's going to tie it up. I mean, the alternate possession will keep it with Fork Union, but really nice defensive play by Josiah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the freshmen on the court. I think are really going to keep this team going. You got only 2 seniors, so something to work off of. Definitely a different my 8th grade year. I was here, there were 13 seniors on that basketball team. So definitely seen this Titan team undergo some changes as of the past couple years. But Trey Coles will get his pocket picked by Isaac Torre, but Torre's 3 layup doesn't find the mark. So fortunate break for the Titans. Patrick looks to drive, won't. And Coles.
Yeah, good hustle by Trey Coles after he had a turnover, but he kept with it and followed up that play.
Bouncing. Eaton. Here's the rebound. Josiah.
Great
beat
pass
Alex.
by
Alex.
Josiah.
Oh.
And Mason Patrick follows it in.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that I don't think you
Timeout,
mind.
Fork Union, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of got caught up there, but I think that's one of those dunks that you go for that I don't really think you mind as a coach.
No.
Up by this much.
No, that's the time to try it. It's when you're down one. Or speaking of your 8th grade year, I don't know if you were at the Times Dispatch Invitational Championship, what I guess ended up being the last Times Dispatch tournament, but that was like the best tournament in the Richmond area for 20 plus years. Best public and private schools, and we were in the final against Stewart School. Had a 3-point lead, fourth quarter. Player on our team who had never successfully dunked in a game, not even sure he could dunk in practice, tried to dunk, missed the dunk. Ball flew out, began a 3-on-1 break for Stewart that ended up with them scoring, and a very unhappy Coach Hamlin.
Good finish there by Brent Thompson.
It was a good finish by Brent Thompson. Thought he might have traveled, but the finish itself was really strong.
Nelson now kind of surprised maybe how little he's been utilized. I mean, you talked about having 30 points last time these teams met. Hasn't really taken too many shots tonight as Mason Patrick, left-handed finish.
Great finish.
Falls.
Yeah, going to the left hand there, like you said, Ryan. And, at times we've been critical of these Titans for having rough third quarters, especially the last 2 games. But started the third quarter here on a 17-2 run.
Yeah, and we'll see an almost full bench swap. Full bench.
Yeah, because Brent
out.
didn't start tonight, so no one who started this game is currently in. And really confident-looking stroke by Isaiah Carter. Such a talent. He's just a little more time, but he's going to be a great one.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm really excited to watch him and Keaton Gregory. I think last year when we had Leland on the team, and I don't really think Leland was a natural center, but I think at times he had to play as the center just because he was the tallest guy on the Titan team. I think the two kind of look similar, Isaiah and Leland, but I also see resemblances in their game where, with Keaton Gregory being he's 6'8", and Isaiah's 6'6", 6'7". We look at the heights on here, and sometimes you look at them and you're like, maybe not. But I think, with Isaiah being an 8th grade and Keaton being a freshman, he's not going to have to play center.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to be a forward or whatever is more of his natural position, which I think is something that's so helpful for him. Is Darren Irvin getting his first points of the night. Great finish by him, and Titans have a 42-point lead. Right?
Yes. Yeah, 42-point lead. You got, the starters on the bench cheering defense, which is, I love the support. Now, granted, 40-point lead, maybe you don't need that, but I think it just shows the togetherness that the guys who typically get more game time are supporting some guys that don't typically play as much. And the other thing is, the last time these two teams played, the halftime score was almost exactly what it was tonight. But then Fork Union actually won the second half. Titans got really sloppy. We're still able to win by 16, but it's a game they led at half by about 25. That is not a rhythm shot.
That's a shot you probably only attempt up 40. Brent Thompson does a good job to evade.
Yeah,
Ooh,
good rebound by Brent.
That's base. His pass to Mason doesn't find him in the hands. Deuce. Ooh, bouncing ball. Turan fights for the rebound, but Shepard will collect it nonetheless. He'll look to reset the Fork Union offense. Nelson now will drive. That one comes out to Torre. His three-pointer, no good. Thompson quick, pushes the pace. Oh, spin
Nice.
around, throw it.
Yeah, that was a really good-looking move by Brent. Got to his spot. Hard jump stop. Back to his preferred left hand. And for the Titans to be able to try and spring the upset on Friday night at St. Christopher's, they're going to need Brent Thompson and all the guys to be really effective.
Thompson's pass there will get blocked. Dropped there by Shepard. That one Nelson comes and that's a block.
Yeah, well, great block by Isaiah Carter. Again, showing off that size and length and potential. And then nice to also see him pick up the Fork Union player after the young man fell down. So good sportsmanship as well.
Generally can't ask for much more. From the 13, 14-year-old?
Yeah.
It's an 8th grader, so one of the two. Shot clock down to single digits. Come back out to Nelson. Not sure if he's aware. Taking his time, but coaches will let him know. He'll look to drive. Jump ball will be called. So this one will go the Titans' way.
Yeah, really good D there by Isaiah Carter. He's had a really nice stretch of play here since he's come back in the game.
Titans now. I think holding to the last shot. Irvin. Step back three-pointer, long shot. Off the mark. Heave of a shot. Doesn't go in, and the Titans will go into the fourth quarter with a 42-point lead. Quite impressive.
Yeah, just one more quarter to go here, and again, likely to be the last quarter that we see Trinity Episcopal play here at the Estes Athletic Center this year. And curious if the two seniors will get one last run out here on the home court, or if Coach Blazer is going to be content to just kind of let the young guys finish this out. And looking at who's going to be starting this fourth quarter, Kevin Kronheim, who's been pulled up from the JV team, is going to get some action, along with Keaton Gregory, Deuce Mason, Isaiah Carter, and Darian Irvin. So really young lineup. 8th grader, 3 freshmen, and Irvin a junior.
Yeah, you talk about these freshmen. Later this week, we will be filming a freshman roundtable. We're going to take some of the really contributing freshmen from boys basketball, girls basketball, along with swimming and diving and track.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that, Ryan. This is something that we've been planning for a while and wanted to get to the later stages of the winter season, but I'm really excited for the chance to sit down and interview. We've got a impressive collection of ninth grade athletes here at Trinity Episcopal and in this winter season. There's some great ones in the fall as well. Didn't have the idea yet at that point, though. And the clock's running. I think that when the margin is 30 plus, it runs other than when he's actually shooting the free throw. Now they'll stop it. And on timeouts, it'll stop. But this fourth quarter is going to go by pretty quickly.
Yep. And frankly, I don't see why it wouldn't at this point. Still a 41, make it 40-point lead for the Titans. But yeah, you're right. I think this game will slowly close out. Nice to see Kevin grading varsity minute. Played against whom the last time these played, I believe. So
Yeah, Kevin had a fantastic year on our 15-3 JV team that won the Prep League JV. And this honor of getting moved up to varsity is richly deserved for Kevin.
yeah, as the game slowly slips away, I wanted to ask you some questions maybe about the Prep League tournament. We don't have a free enabling camera, but you can pan if we're inside the SS Athletic Center. You can look up at the blue Virginia Prep League banners that grace the walls of this gym and see quite a few mentioned. I think it was 15, 16 boys basketball Prep League championships. Do you have a favorite one?
Yes. I have a favorite as a player and as a coach. As a player, 1996 senior year, right here at Trinity in the old gym. Beat Woodbury Forest in overtime in the championship. Crowd stormed the court, and it was actually it's probably my favorite high school game, even more than the state championship. In a lot of ways, just being at home, I was able to make some really clutch free throws in the overtime that kind of sealed it, and so that was a special one for sure. And from all the ones coaching, we had 6 or 7. I think that's a tough question because they're all special in different ways, but probably that 2013 one I mentioned earlier was kind of the revenge tour, beating 2 teams that we had not beaten in the regular season, and we won that championship on a buzzer beater against Christ Church, who had been kind of the dominant team in the league for several years. So probably have to go with 2013 as a favorite.
Out there to play defense. Well, we'll be picked up by their interview. I think a little fortunate not to get a travel called. Isaiah Carter for 3.
Yeah, he looks just so comfortable when he catches the ball. I mean, it doesn't look surprising when he makes it. He just looks in rhythm and ready, and he's just really tough to guard.
Yeah, I'll be gone, but I think you'll still be here next year and in the following years. I'm really interested to see how he develops.
I think Isaiah has a chance to be one of the great players to come through here. Kevin couldn't get that one to go.
Second four. Good pass there.
Ooh, I thought that was probably a clean block by Isaiah, but they're going to call him for a little foul, I guess, with the body there.
Yeah, that one rather unfortunate. You can see the entire Titan bench light up in excitement, but fall slowly back into the seat. Like it was called some substitutions coming in for Fork Union.
Titans as well, with Teran Nelson checking in for Keaton Gregory. Rebound by Darian Irvin. Yeah, one thing that as I go through the Rolodex of memories of past Prep League tournaments, really quick take there by Deuce Mason. One thing that is special for me is just having been part of winning a Prep League title in 5 different gyms. And so it's neat to think about all the different, this might sound weird, but like all the different spaces that we lifted the trophy. And I'm really glad that we won it, you know, at Collegiate. We won it at St. Christopher's. We won it at Stab, you know, as well as here. It just makes it fun to think of them all. Because I guess my point is because they all feel different because of them being in a bunch of different gyms. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, 30-year, almost 30-year gap from when you started playing and ended coaching.
Yeah. Yes, Ryan.
You're old.
This is our daily reminder.
Yeah, Carter gets his pocket picked.
Yeah, great effort there by Fork Union, and it was Justin Canty out of Charlotte, North Carolina, who finished with the bucket.
Mason will find Darren Irvin. Irvin has space, looks to clear out. That one comes back out to Kevin. First varsity points for Kevin Cryon. That's unbelievably important.
Yeah, and that's
Huge for
really
Kiscon.
cool to see. I mean, he's going to be another great one. Really tough player, confident. I enjoyed watching the JV team play this year and took several opportunities to see them, and they had a lot of really fun guys to watch. Sam DeFrancesca, Isaiah Branch, Maddox Patrick, Blake Cullither, Cooper Hobbs. Kevin was the guy to me that when they really needed a big bucket in close games, he seemed to be the go-to guy. Banked in three-pointer there by Makai Shepard. And then a strong take for Teran Nelson, but it does not quite go in.
Yeah, Teran now always playing with a smile on his face. Had some fun with that one. And that'll be Torre. Good finish there. But go through contact. But wasn't called. About a minute left. Sorry, I blanked clock there. Deuce Mason able to create space with his left, finish with his right. And as we are under a minute now, 45 seconds approximately left in this one, Titans will walk away. That'll be another three-pointer for Isaiah Carter. He's probably on 15 points for tonight. I think he's hit 3 or 4 threes, a couple layups, as well as a block or two. He's played very well tonight. Yeah. This one, 4-second differential between the game and shot clock. Game clock on your screen's a little off. We've got about 20 seconds remaining. This one, clock is not going to stop for these free throws. And
yeah, now it will.
so, 15 seconds officially. On the clock, and that'll about do it for the, like you said, you know, don't want to say never, but probably the last game in the
on Dale Travis Court for the Titans this year. So
Yeah,
it's just about what can you build forward.
exactly. So really excited for Friday night over at St. Christopher's. They have a great team this year. They've very much earned that number 2 seed, but I know the Titans will be anxious to get one more shot at them. And, of course, the Prep League Championship these days goes through Stab. So it should be an exciting weekend of hoops, as well as the Titans will wait and hear if they make the state tournament. That'll be announced on Sunday. And, Ryan, it's been fun. Thanks for all your work up here, and you've improved so much doing this. And people who are watching tonight may not even know that Ryan is a student. You sound almost like a pro up here at this point. So great job. It's been a real pleasure getting to do this with you this year and last year as well. And like you said, it's unlikely there'll be another home game. I wish there would be, because really enjoyed doing this. But if not, thank you for all your contributions to ESPN. Good luck this spring out on the golf course, and best of luck going forward at college and beyond.
Don't worry, you won't be able to get rid of my voice on ESPN just yet. I think Joe and I probably do a lot of the girls' soccer games, which I know we'll probably watch 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'll be there. I look forward to hopefully some post-game interviews.
Yeah.
After some great wins.
Really great. But yeah, that'll about wrap it up for us tonight. I think the result we expected, Titans with a commanding win. So you're right. What can they do going forward? You got 3 days of practice, 2 days of practice, be days until that Prep League semifinal at the Steel Gym. No, Scott Gym of St. Christopher's. So it's all about what can you do then. That'll about do it for us, unless you got any final things. And